Welcome to Top 5 Daily, and today we discuss 5 facts about the Queen you wouldn't know. Firstly, the Queen didn't need a license to drive. The Queen was the only person in the UK who does not need to have a driver's license in order to drive on public roads. Secondly, she volunteered as a truck driver during World War II. Before she became Queen Elizabeth, Princess Elizabeth volunteered as a truck driver and mechanic during World War II. This made her the first female member of the royal family to serve in the military. The Queen bought her wedding dress with World War II ration coupons. According to British Heritage, the Queen purchased the material for her wedding dress using ration coupons and had to return donations from women around the UK. Another fact about the Queen is since 1989 she had worn one shade of nail polish and one shade only. Ballet slippers by Essie, a shade of palest pearly pink, and the Queen's first bottle was originally ordered for her by her hairdresser. Lastly, the Queen's birthplace is now a world-famous restaurant. A London townhouse at 17 Bruton Street was the home of her maternal grandparents and saw the birth of the baby that would go to become Britain's longest reigning monarch. It's now a Cantonese restaurant called Hakkasan. Make sure to check the restaurant out soon. Did you know the Queen and Prince Philip received over 2,500 wedding gifts when they married in 1947? Because nylon stockings were in limited supply due to clothes rationing, 131 pairs were sent to Elizabeth by women across the country. The couple also received a box of apples, 500 tins of pineapple and an $83 million necklace. In February of 2022, England began a series of celebrations marking Queen Elizabeth II's 70 years on the throne. On June 2, a military parade featuring 1,400 troops in bearskin caps, musicians and 240 horses, a Royal Air Force flyover and an 82-gun salute were staged to honor the 96-year-old monarch, whose birthday was on April 21. One section of London even featured a parade of corgis, Elizabeth's favorite dog breed, with more than 30 of the short-legged canines, marching in a procession. The Queen watched the pageantry from the balcony of Buckingham Palace and was joined by 4 generations of her heirs, including her eldest son, Prince Charles. Her family didn't always expect her to take the throne. When she was born, Elizabeth was third in the line of succession after her uncle Edward, Prince of Wales, and her father, Prince Albert, Duke of York. After her grandfather King George V died in 1936, Edward, Prince of Wales, was crowned King Edward VIII. But by the end of that year, he'd abdicated the throne to Mary Wallis Simpson. Her father then acceded the throne as King George VI, taking his father's name, and when he died on February 6, 1952, Queen Elizabeth II began her reign. The Queen first met her husband Prince Philip when she was 8 years old and he was 13. They crossed paths at the wedding of Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark to Prince George, Duke of Kent, in 1934 and then again in 1939, when she was 13 and he was 18, at Dartmouth Naval College. 7 years later, Prince Philip proposed with a ring by Philip Antrobus Limited that featured diamonds from his mother Princess Alice of Battenberg's tiara. According to the jeweler, the ring features a magnificent 3-carat round brilliant diamond, set in platinum and flanked by smaller pavé-set diamonds. Elizabeth's dad asked them to keep their engagement under wraps until after she turned 21, the official announcement coming on July 9, 1947. Her reign wasn't completely without criticism. After Princess Diana's death in 1997, for instance, Her Majesty faced public criticism for initially staying at her Balmoral Castle in Scotland, instead of returning to London, and for originally not flying the British flag at half-mast, which didn't happen until the day of Diana's funeral. The monarch later addressed the Princess of Wales's death in a televised statement. Over the years, The Queen was served by 15 British Prime Ministers, the first being Winston Churchill. The most recent, Liz Truss, who was appointed by the Queen days before Her Majesty's passing. She technically owned a lot of swans, too. According to the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, an unmarked mute swan on the River Thames is regarded as belonging to the Queen by default. Plus, she received many animals as official gifts, including 2 pygmy hippopotami from President Tubman of Liberia, a sloth and 2 black jaguars from the prefect of Brasilia and an African forest elephant from President Ahidjo of Cameroon. All of which were sent to the ZSL London Zoo, with the elephant later relocating to the rural zoo at Whipsnade. That's all for this time. Please like and subscribe to the channel. More fun facts coming soon.